Helping people manage chaos with courage and confidence has been a lifelong passion for Carolyn Gross. She understands the work-life balance struggles that we all face. As a catalyst for change, Carolyn dedicates herself to helping others find creative life solutions with business and wellness principles. Her multifaceted approach to managing the sea of change we live in has helped companies and individuals be courageous in today's unsettled world and achieve their goals. Carolyn introduces effective time management techniques, relationship strategies, team building and customer service tactics, as well as workplace wellness programs to audiences throughout the United States. Her effervescent character and interactive style captivate her audiences. She has been called a veritable energy transfusion by attendees as she infuses them with genuine renewal. Her message is a much-needed reminder on how to prioritize health, time, and relationships to survive in today's world.
So we're going to talk for a moment about doing, which we've just discussed, having, which we're going to define as we do a lot of things in order to have, don't we? What do we do to get in touch with our being? It's always kind of an interesting moment when I talk about just being. Like a hush comes over the room. Because I'm talking about that state of awareness where you have clarity of mind and total concentration. You're not worried about the there and then. You're focused in the here and now, and there isn't worry. Anyway, I invited myself to my parents' vacation. So I invite myself down to Puerto Vallarta for a couple of days. And they were staying at Fiesta Americana. You know, I probably wouldn't have bothered, but I mean, this was a nice resort right on the beach. So we go into body surf. Dad and I, we're just like really charged up for it. All of a sudden, this big wave comes and takes little old me over. And then it spits me out on the shore almost. And as I'm eating the sand, I notice I don't have my bathing suit on in the bottom. Quickly, I pick up the pieces and the other parts. Not just in this moment here. And this was pretty horrific wave. Why is it that we all just get ready and we go back out for more? I'm heading back out. And sure enough, a little disoriented, I gotta say. Do you know what? You know the ones I'm talking about, where it's like you're up and down and all around, and all of a sudden I'm looking back in the water, and I'm like, "Where's Dad?" I mean, I even forget that I'm surfing with Dad, you know, for a minute, and sure enough, I'm like, "Oh, there's an object floating in the water. What is that?" It was so hard to equate that my dad was floating in the water, and I never will know till this day how I ended up going some 30 to 40 yards in that water to his side. I'll never know. That's that moment of you do it, you don't know how, and sure enough, he had drowned. In the middle of a crisis, our being can speak loud and clear. You know what I'm talking about? Somehow, when just everything's happening so fast, we can be really centered on knowing our next course of action to take. When I saw firsthand how quickly life could change so dramatically, my being gave me a message on the beach that day. But my being said to me, if you're going to help people, now's the time. You have no guarantee what 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 5 years from now, your capacities are going to be, your capabilities. You have to go out there and do it now. And in 1 year after his passing, I do have to proclaim, I'm proclaiming now, look out kids. I was married and I started Creative Life Solutions. And if you were monitoring my opening slide, all of my point of sale has the ocean and the wave on it, because everything that I have that I bring to you from this platform happened, it was conceived that day at the beach. Now, this is a defining moment I'm sharing with you, and the reason I'm going into a long story here about my life is I want you to think now about a defining moment in your life.
Sometimes the most powerful moments of Carolyn's programs are when the audience members share their stories.
We had just bought a second home, and it was really and truly our dream house. And as we were driving closer and closer to the house, I mean, we were many miles away, there was a big plume of smoke. And it was getting bigger and bigger as we were getting closer and closer. But there was an enormous fire in the area surrounding us, and as we got to the house, we were asked to evacuate. And so I said to my husband, just set off the sprinkler system on the grass all around, and let's take the albums and let's go. And so we went, and my kids were like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And I said, you know what? It doesn't matter. We're all together. We're all together. We have all the pictures, and we're going to be fine. I know during the fires this time people said, well, if you call your house, you know that, and it's ringing, then you know your house is okay. Well, we would call our house, and we'd hear like, like this crackling. I could just hear my phone melting in the blaze. But in any case, 3 days later we came back and the house was there. The big thing for us was that the kids got such a great perspective that it really didn't matter and that we were all together. And I think that was a life lesson for them and for us as a family too, that we were going to be okay and that it was just a house.